Another day, another time on the program Woman to Woman. I'm adorable at this Sawagie. Last week we started something and we intend to look into it once again. It is the issue of parenting. What is good parenting? What is bad parenting? And what brings about all of this in a relationship? These are many more we're going to be looking at today with these beautiful women seated beside me. She was missing in action last week. Bola, Princess Bola Kalame. Happy to have you join us today.
Same, thank you for having me.
Okay, she owns an NGO and she does quite a lot of things, okay? And I'm going to task her on this issue of abuse. We will task you because we don't know what NGOs are doing. Okay, another NGO woman, Doris Oyinyechi Ugbefu. Happy to have you join us again today. And of course, the delectable Didi Lawrence Ekpeyong, also a woman. She's a poet and she does quite a number of things. So ladies, here we are again today to talk about the woman and the family. Let me start with this video that I saw. I think you saw that video. I'm not sure you saw it. About this woman, matured woman, ripe woman, who was doing it with a boy of about 2 years. Yeah, then about 4 years. Yeah, that boy cannot be more than 4 years old. Yeah. That video is so gory because everybody is talking about abuse coming from a man, men having illicit sex with little girls. But when a woman old enough to be a mother start taking advantage of a boy, ladies, what do you not think? Let me come to you. You sent me that video, Bola.
Yeah, first of all, look at what is bad parenting. Yeah, when we talk about bad parenting, we talk about insufficient support from the parents to their children. Okay. You can look at physically, financially, morally, psychologically. So, in all of this,
let me balance and hear you.
Yes, where that woman's own comes in is psychologically. You know, when you grow up in a family or in a house where things like that are normal.
Sorry to cut you short. Yeah. Are you sure that woman is their mother or a caregiver or a
nothing justifies it? Be you mother, be you nothing.
You know, be you mother, be you anybody. You are a mother. You are a woman that's supposed to inculcate good morals into those children. Even when you are nannies, even when you are the mother of those children, supposed to inculcate good things impart knowledge, impart morals, good morals into those children. But you find yourself molesting those children, you know, because of the bad bringing. You know, a lot of mothers, sorry to say, a lot of mothers are not good mothers, a whole lot. You see, we have bad support. They have bad support to their children. You see a whole lot of mothers, they see that their children are doing bad things. They are the ones supporting them. Don't worry, I'm at your back. Do whatever you want to do. You are my only child. I cannot allow you to go this way. Enjoy your life to the fullest. And that is what brought us to all of this. You know? Because when you grow up with those mindsets that morality is good, things like that is good. When you grow up like that, even when you got married, you want to exhibit that. You want to do things like that. So you feel that that thing is normal. It's something in the way you grow up. When you go, it will not depart from it. And that is what is going on right now. So a lot of women have work to do more than the men.
Now.
Okay,
Doris, let's hear your point on this.
Yeah, I think she said a whole lot concerning family and parenting.
Yes, I'm particularly concerned about the psychological effects of such a thing on the child.
Honestly, it's a big problem because the challenge or challenges we are facing in the society today is as a result of poor upbringing. Growing up in a family where they see wrong as right.
A disjointed family.
Yes, family where morality, there's no discipline, there's no standard. So they do things left-handed. And you as a child growing up in such environment, it becomes a problem for you to change. Okay, a home should be where morals, discipline should be inculcated into a child. And you know, child psychology is that anything you are exposed to from the age of 0 to 8 years sticks there. So where you grew up in a home that your parents are known as abusers, to abuse each other is not a crime. They see it as a normal thing.
Normal everyday thing.
Yes,
toxic home.
Yes, they see sex as ordinary thing, just ordinary sex. You understand? You grew up watching your parents have sex before you. You grew up seeing your mother asking you to have sex with her, or your father asking you to have sex with him if you're a girl child. In fact, it's disgusting. And I must tell you that this thing did not start today. It's just that social media is assisting in spreading this news, this crime, exposing a whole lot of these issues in the society. It has always been there, because those adults molesting those underage children, they grew up. I think is the system at which they grew up, and they also need psychological, psychiatric help to be able to come out of it. So I think a whole lot has to be done in terms of helping our children for us to have a better generation, because the way the things are going, family is decaying day by day, and I think we need to do a whole lot. A whole lot I mean is that someone has to pay for this. Our judiciary system, I keep saying this, has to wake up to their responsibility. You know, people are crying for justice left and right, but yet I can't see any speedy justice being served to any culprit here. And the way we take justice to ordinary issues, I will call it ordinary, like during the time we had COVID-19, the law for not wearing face mask, you see how we were able to have a mobile courts, you know, judging people and
getting summary judgments,
persecuting them, summary judgment over just a face mask. And even the roadside sellers, the way we take it seriously by punishing them. I think such speedy law should also be in place to be applied in punishing this set of animals, because I don't see them as human. So by the time somebody is held responsible and you are being persecuted for that, I think it will serve as a deterrent to those who are still hiding in this act.
Okay,
yes.
Let's fill your pause.
Well, I've been thinking about it, and I don't even know what to say. You know, last week I told you I was speechless. I want to toe the same route with Madam Bola. Everything boils down to parenting, because it starts from the home. From the home, we have a community, to society, to nations, the world, and all that. It's more like we look at it, what's the root cause of all this? Why does it seem like all of a sudden men have gone crazy, women have gone crazy, nobody cares what happens anymore, they just want to do whatever they feel like doing? It's more like we want to look at why a parent will have a child and cannot teach a child the right things to do and the wrong things not to do. What will make me to have a child? I cannot tell my child that when you are sitting as a girl child, you shouldn't keep your legs open. You should sit with your two legs together. You should wear clothes that cover. What should make me not to teach my child that as a boy, you're not supposed to be nasty to the opposite sex, the females? What will make me not to teach them such values? What will make me as a woman? So I want to look at it that it's either they're on drugs. You know, some parents they use drugs. It's not limited to people in the urban centers or cities or whatever. We are talking about even people in the villages. They even have access to some kind of narcotics more than people that are in the cities and towns. So I'm looking at it like maybe such parents have to be on drugs for you to wake up in the morning, see your child as a woman, a small child, and you feel you have mental, something is wrong with you mentally, you are sick. So I think if we notice parents that are abusing their children, if we see any such things or suspect such, the first thing to do is to remove the children from such homes. But even if we say let's remove them from there, what facilities do we have to rehabilitate their damaged minds? Because psychologically they're already damaged. At that age, what a child should be thinking of is how maybe go to school, nursery rhymes and all. But it's sex that you're selling into the mind of the child. How is that child going to turn up in future? Now, you're saying parents, a woman just wakes up. It doesn't have to be like, oh, you're a caregiver before you start. Even parents are doing it to their children. Now, in those days, we used to have like maybe weekends of maybe going to read in a classmate's house. This weekend we are reading in this person's house, or this day we are reading in and all that. But now you can't afford to release your child to go to anybody's home because it's no longer safe.
That's not safe.
Some people say it's poverty, or they were not equipped to take care of the children. They don't have good jobs, so maybe they don't really have work. An idle mind is the devil's workshop, so the devil is using them, you know. So is it that you are so poor, and in your poverty all you're thinking of is how to spoil the life of children? Is it poverty of the mind or financial poverty that will make somebody? Because I'm not talking about solutions, I'm asking why.
Okay, now while Bola was talking, she talked about mothers inculcating good morals and all of this. In a home, for you to have a child, it must be the job of a man and a woman.
Yes.
So why should it not be the job of the woman to inculcate good morals in the children? Bola, you started it. So.
You know, it's both sides. We talk about parents, and what we're talking about parents is both the man and the woman. So what we are talking about, most often, the woman is always with the child or the children, while the father or the man is out there looking for money and all of that. Even when we know in these days that both the woman and the man go out there to look for money, you know. So I believe that, you know, the children, they come out from the woman. When it's still in that womb, when the woman talks, when the woman do anything, the child listens to the mother, you know. That is why you hear that they use this verse of, if a mother had a noise or cry of a child, she runs out, and you know, that is the communication between the mother and the child. So it's important that the mother must inculcate good morals in that child.
What if the mother is ill-mannered and moralless, so to speak? Doris?
It's not only even ill-mannered.
Because there are some
man is a narcissist. Because we have homes where you have the man as a narcissist. And you know, one of their characteristics is to be in possession of the children, and even to poison their mind, to even reason the same way they reason, and to hate their mom. So what if you have such home, and you know they are not ready to offend for the family, so they are ready to play the role of a mother by moving around with the children, so that people will see them that, oh, they are single fathers.
Yes, so they want to take care of these children.
Exactly.
The woman is worthless, so to speak.
Exactly. So that is the impression they always portray to the public. So homes like that, what do you do? I think inculcating good morals is not only the job of the mother in a family. It's both ways. But this is a society we see that things are not really working the way it should be, because normally we're supposed to have child protection services and caregivers who's supposed to be mobilized to be checking homes, check out children, how they are faring in terms of their welfare. And this is where these issues we are talking about can be pinpointed or can be discovered, and something that can now be done to rescue or to assist in bringing those children up, so that they will not come out to become a nuisance to the society. But we are here that those services are lacking. Maybe as a result that people in charge are not mobilized to do what they are supposed to do, or there are no policies to back them up to do the right thing.
Okay, Didi, let me come to you. Way back, growing up, you can actually go to school after spending a long weekend at home, maybe you go to school on a Monday, and the first thing your teacher says to you is, how was your weekend? Fine. Who got punished? Who got beaten? You know, I remember vividly our teachers were asked.
Not just our teachers. I remember a pilot uncle of mine.
Yes.
No, it was a Navy, whatever. Anytime he came home, he will align, kind of like bring us all out. Then we're living as an extended family, my cousins, all
everybody
of us, everybody, and we all come out. Who murmured? If you murmured, you raise your hand.
Okay.
Who grumbled? Who didn't wash plates? And all of us had punishment.
Punishment, yes.
So the thing is that you make the child look stupid by not recognizing that the attitude or the bad character is what is stupid.
Okay.
And we make our children feel like they are useless instead of looking at labeling the bad deed. You are now looking at labeling the child. So when a child is misbehaving, do you punish that? Do you let the child even know that there are consequences for doing bad things, and do you enforce it? Because it's not just to say, oh, children are going bad in the society, people are abusing children, you know. When you are up and about as a parent and you allow your child to know that, man, if you do some bad things, they will attract some, you know.
Please don't, I won't cut you short. Something just came to me now. I just remember vividly when we were growing up, our parents knows when you are coming from school.
From school,
yes.
They time it, and they know that by 2 o'clock,
you should be
home. And when you are not at home by that 2 o'clock,
you have some
explanation to give. But when you are coming close to the house, you know that you will receive something.
These days,
apart from that, another thing is that when your parents sent you an errand, they will put a spit on the ground. If you drive up, you know, there's discipline those days. You know, there's
who does that these days?
Another thing we need to look at is the issue of giving a child phone. This has becoming unbecoming.
I will go to that. You know, parents these days feel that I'm here, my kids are home. You are at work, your kids are with caregivers. You are somewhere, your kids are elsewhere. So what are you going to use to make up for that time you didn't stay with that kid? And then you buy the child a phone, you get the child gadgets. Those gadgets are not supposed to like spoil the kid, but unfortunately, we have children who are getting smarter. 3 years old, the role of gadget in the life of a child. Ladies, let's talk about it.
It's very important because
you know there is something I noticed. I won't mention the name of the company. It was somewhere in Port Harcourt. I went to see a senior aunt of mine. When I got there, her children are in secondary school. Okay. They don't board. She works, the husband works. Now, the children close by 3 p.m. The company has a facility for parents with kids.
Okay.
They have, when they come from school,
they go to that facility.
They go there.
That's within the company.
They eat within the company. They eat. If the mother has 5 minutes, we will check on them. Time for assignments. If the mother is free after a meeting, dashes in. Oh, do you need help with your assignments? There's no reason to say, oh, my children are at home, I'm worried. The advisors, the lawmakers in that company didn't just think of the staff working or the profits they are making. They thought of the family life of their staff. So
that's good, but it's not everywhere you get that kind of opportunity. How about parents who cannot even take their kids close to work? What would they do? They feel that it's gadgets. Okay, so these gadgets are destroying the lives of our children.
I have to say something here. We've been talking about children parenting. There is another thing here we've not mentioned: communication.
Yeah,
we've been talking about discipline, setting standards. You know, we need to learn how to communicate with our kids, even within ourselves as adults. Because when there is vacuum or communication barrier, it turns out to be a problem, even in the home. Do you really have a standard for yourself to start with as an adult? Do you really know what is right? Because it's what you have is what you can give. You can't give what you don't have. So when you talk about your kids, have you set standard for them? Do you really know how you can communicate to them what they can do to consider it wrong and what they can do and be appraised for doing the right thing? I think this is where we also need to come in. And again, this issue of gadgets is not bad. It's never bad. After all, people who invented these gadgets, their kids use it. And it has never turned to bad.
The wrong way.
Yeah, I think it depends on the parents who release such gadgets to the child. Because you understand that these days a whole lot of things are happening. You see mothers, you see fathers buying phones for their children to go and join internet fraudster gang, you know. It depends what you want your child to do with the phone. Look, kids, they are very fragile. What you impart in them stays. It takes the grace of God when they grow up, when they are grown, to begin to know that, oh, what I was told was wrong, and they can be able to change. Maybe with the result of education, counseling, or what have you. But for now, you have a gadget. Your children need phone. They need to communicate. You need to communicate with them even while you are not at home. They also need to be in line with what globally what is in vogue.
I think
you understand. You need to set a standard. You need to look. There are some apps that you have to install in the child's phone that can even enable you to monitor the activities. Yeah. So it depends on whom you are.
These children we have right now, they are so smart.
They can break codes.
There's nothing you put inside in my
codes. I don't know how.
They know how to do
every morning I wake up, I'm setting codes. But the next minute they are picking my phone and they operate. How?
They are picking it.
No, so it's not about
they are very smart.
Okay, now in a home where the mother works, the father works, the children are left on their own most times, or other times they are left in the care of other persons. What kind of role are you going to set for those kids?
Rules.
How do you go about setting those rules for those kids?
Are you talking about rules or roles?
We're talking about rules and roles.
No, I think the first thing is that make your children your friend, because sometimes when you are not at home and you comes in, your children, they will try to tell you whatever that happens.
Okay,
in the
so
house.
be friends with your kids.
Be friends with your kids. So that will make them to know what the nanny or the somebody.
They won't keep secrets from you.
Yeah. Okay, so it's also about showing affection, showing love and affection. Okay. It's not always about thinking our kids are doing bad things or let them know that kids want to be heard. Okay. Hear them out. While you're out there, you're busy, when you come in, as she spoke about communication, sit down, give them that 15 minutes.
Okay.
10 minutes, give it to them, listen to them.
Quality time.
Just quality time.
Doris, what do you have to say in just 30 seconds, because we're leaving the studio right away?
Yeah, we need the kids need us, and we really need to work hard to make sure that we produce a better generation in Nigeria. Yeah.
All right, in all of this, you have to be friends with your kids. If you're friends with your kids, when anybody is molesting them, they'll be able to talk to you. And some parents, we need to change our ways, okay? Some of us are very, very erratic when it comes to reacting to our kids. So let's try and befriend our kids so that we'll raise a good generation. Thank you for being part of this show today. We'll see you again soon. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for having me.